Talk with author Dre Lett is a show that informs, inspires, and motivates. All shows are taped in front of a live virtual audience. Make sure to follow us so you can be notified when a new show is available on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Also follow us if you want to be a part of our live tapings. Grab your beverage and snacks, get comfortable so we can let's talk. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in tonight into Let's Talk. I am your host, author Dre Lett. This is the show where we inform, inspire, and motivate. We get you going during these tough times and beyond. So come on in and have a virtual seat so we can let's talk. You can view my shows on Instagram, YouTube, and on Facebook. Make sure you follow and hit like so that you can always tell when we're going to have a live virtual show or pre-recorded show posted up. So you guys, tonight is February 7th, and it's Super Bowl weekend. I am so excited. Who are you guys rooting for and hope to win this weekend? I'm for the Philadelphia Eagles. So just curious to see who you guys are going to root for. So also want to tell you, let's talk about our thoughts and prayers. Oh, Lord Jesus, we need prayer. It's getting tough out here. These times are so turbulent. I just was looking at the news before I came on live, and I just can't believe the things I was hearing, and it's a tough time. So tonight, how befitting, my guest is author Michael Jones. He'll be here to talk about his Christian-based book. He'll be on the virtual stage shortly. And also, in addition to, we're celebrating Black History Month. Yes, indeed, we are celebrating Black History Month, and hopefully you are too. Black history is a part of American history, so make sure you celebrate it in some form or fashion. Okay, you guys, so as we go and break for our brief message here from our sponsors, please make sure you put in the comment section where you're viewing the show from so I can give you a shout out when we come back. And I want you guys to interact with me tonight and give me your thoughts and all of that good stuff on all the things that we talk about this segment on this show tonight. So with that, we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to hear a message from our sponsors.
Call you up, baby, we can go shopping. For your brand new whip, even though we just talking. For one time, so it's just my calling. Girl, I told you I'm cold when I fall. I don't know no better.
DTL Productions is a multimedia company founded in year 2020 by author Dre Lett. We specialize in marketing consultation, social media content creation and management, virtual assistant services, as well as writing, producing, editing documents, and directing multimedia webcasts. We also offer email management and various marketing services, and so much more. DTL Productions is owned by a respected professional writer with 30 plus years of experience who has generated hundreds of business materials, including reports, letters, proposals, business requirements, presentations, press releases, reviews, published fiction novels as well as produced various webcasts. It's always been the dream of our founder to help others through words. DTO Productions wants to put your feelings and expressions into words for you. In the words of Dre Lett, trust us, you won't be disappointed. The Motown Forest Skating Club presents our first Jazzy Skating Party on March 22nd from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. at the Great Skate in Roseville, Michigan. Your hosts for the night are Rockin' Richard Houston and QZ. Dress attire is semi-formal, no jeans or gym shoes, adults 30 and over. We have DJs Nate the Skate Pittman and DJ Heart and Soul. There will be food, door prizes, and ballroom hustle sessions. Scan the QR code to purchase your tickets or purchase them at Eventbrite. Okay, you guys, that was a message from our sponsors. You know how big I am on entrepreneurship. So make sure you guys support them. So let's see who is checking in tonight, watching the show. Let's see here. We've got, first and foremost, we got cousin Diana. Hey, cuz, how are you? I love you. How are you guys doing out in Vegas? How's the weather? Hopefully it's warmed up since last time you were on the show. The celebrity himself, Mr. Rockin' Richard Houston. Hey, bro, how are you? As you guys saw in the messages from our sponsors, he has a big skating party coming up next month. Super excited for him for that. And let's see here. So Richard said his team that he has picked is the Eagles. I agree. I totally agree. I want the Eagles. Let's switch it up. Let's see some different teams win the Super Bowl, right? And let's see. Oh, and Sean said 2 black quarterbacks, and my team is out, so it's a win-win for me. Yes, Sean, I agree. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay. Oh, and Sean says she is shouting out from Georgia. Okay, and we got somebody by the name of Tracy Moore. She says she's watching from Chicago. Hi, Tracy. Thank you for joining. Absolutely. And of course, hubby says he's watching from the man cave. I love him for his devotion and dedication and support, all that good stuff. All right, let's see. Is anybody else? Yes. Okay, so you guys, this weekend is going to be Super Bowl. I'm super excited about it, and hopefully it is a good game. So, as I mentioned earlier, we are celebrating Black History Month. We know there's been a lot of controversy around that subject, but at this show, we're celebrating it because, in my personal opinion, Black history is a part of American history, if you ask me. So, with that being said, I want to jump right into this. And you guys, please, I welcome all of your comments, suggestions. Just chime in with me. Chime in. All right, you guys. So, to celebrate Black History Month, as you guys know, most of you are aware of the Montgomery bus boycott. But did you know that it lasted from December 5th, 1955 until December 20th, 1956? A little over a year. Long time, right? So African Americans in Montgomery, Alabama was determined to take a stance against segregation. But what I thought was so amazing to learn as I dug deeper into this was that it was done by Black taxi drivers charging 10 cents per ride. It was a fare equal to the cost that it would cost to ride the bus in support of the boycott. Well, when word of this reached city officials on December 8th, the order went out to fine any cab driver who charged a rider less than 45 cents. So the drivers took that L on the chin and they just kept on pushing in so many words. So, in addition to using private motor vehicles, driving your neighbor around, your friends, whatever, to get them to work, get them wherever they need to go, church, grocery store, some people also use non motorized means to get around, such as cycling. They walked, they even rode mules or driving horse drawn buggies. They were so determined. Some people even hitchhiked to get to work. So during rush hour, sidewalks were often crowded. That was how determined they were not to fight against segregation. So the Montgomery City Lines lost between 30,000 and $40,000 in bus fares each day during the boycott. Can you believe that? This was back in 1955, 56, right? That's a lot. So the bus company that operated the city busing has suffered financially from the long boycott, and the city became desperate to end the boycott. The estimated loss in today's time, so if you did the math, right, but if you equate it to today's times, 2025, it was a total of $124 million. They really hit the pockets of the city of Montgomery. And as you know, as history would tell, they had to, end up just letting the bus be, unsegregated. You could sit wherever you want. And that's all because of Rosa Parks, who started this whole movement. And I got a chance to meet her when I was in college. She moved up from the South to Detroit. And I worked for a management company as a summer job when I was in college. And it was really a senior citizen complex, really, really nice. They're on Woodward in Detroit. I don't think it's there anymore, but she was moving into her apartment. And I had the pleasure and the honor to meet her and help her get situated and show her where everything was. And it was such a huge, huge honor. So, that just shows you how determined you can be. If you want to make change, that's the best way to do it. Hit them in the pockets, right? Boycott, boycott. So, in that fashion, I want to share with you guys tonight's hot topic because it is Black History Month. Want to make sure you guys are, ready, 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 ready. So, in hot topic, this is the companies that no longer honor DEI initiatives. Yes, indeed. It's all over social media if you haven't seen it. The companies that don't honor DEI initiatives are Target, Amazon, McDonald's. I was shocked on that one. Walmart, Ford Motor Company. Oh my goodness, I can't believe Ford. So, you know what? Y'all go out there and buy you some GM products, okay? I like GM products anyways, hint, hint. But yeah, Ford, they don't honor DEI. I cannot believe it. Lowe's, Harley Davidson, and Brown Forman, which is a parent company of Jack Daniels. So I'm not a big drinker, but whatever liquor that's out there that's comparable to Jack Daniels, switch over to that. Oh, did I say that publicly? I'm sorry. Well, you guys know. You get the message. And John Deere and Tractor Supply. And like I said, I see a lot of folks on social media and they totally understand the assignment. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are, those that are watching this live. What do you guys think? I'm curious to see because so much has been happening. Just before I came on air, I was watching the news, and they were saying that one of the kids that worked on the man that's trying to shoot stuff in the sky to go to Mars, he had a young gentleman on his staff, and he has been posting horrific racist comments. And so he was let go. And then as of tonight, I was hearing on the news, he was brought back saying people make mistakes. Oh my goodness. So the world we're living in, you guys, is something else. Let's see. Oh, hey, sis. Sis is watching the show. Let's see. She said here, she said, if you need whiskey, try Uncle Nearest. Okay. Okay. My sis, she be knowing. She be knowing. Yes, indeed. And then let's see what else. Somebody else is saying here. Yes, yes. So Sean is saying the same thing. Uncle Nearest is a black owned whiskey distillery. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And then let's see, Mike Stokes is saying that unemployment is big for 2025. Yeah, this is going to be something else. We got to just stay prayed up. We got to pray this stuff away. And then somebody said, Santonio, hello. He's saying, funny thing about Ford getting rid of DEI, they still having all their Black History programs and events this month. Oh, okay. Wow. Didn't know that. Did not know that. I'm shocked on Henry Ford because he was pioneer. He was one of the first ones that did the assembly line, and everybody came up from the South to get to work in his plant. So I'm really shocked on that one. I am. Yes, and cousin is saying fear is the driver of many of these decisions. I know, and it's so sad. I was a kid growing up in California on the West Coast. We all played together. I never experienced anything like I'm experiencing as a grown individual. It's just so shocking. Let's see here. My sister said, "Get your GM products. Almost time for a new Cadillac." Okay, my sis, she loves her Cadillacs. Absolutely, GM, General Motors. Have you guys seen that new ad? It's the Hummer and the GMC truck, and they're in the snow, and it's demonstrated. Oh my God, the music goes with the ad is beautiful. So yeah, definitely look at other products if people don't want to, um, you know, you know, go along with DEI initiatives. Then you got to do what's best for you. I can't publicly tell you guys what to do, but you got to do what's best for you. Okay, one more thing here. Richard says Ford needs to really think this, and McDonald's. Wow. Yes, yes, indeed. So I'm going to continue with what we talked about the last time we went live. And this is, I'm going to share this with you guys. You guys know this is how to survive in 2025. Just a couple tidbits. I'm going to give you guys some positive encouragement. So as you hear all this stuff in the news, and as you guys know, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So this means if you consistently maintain a state of preparedness, you won't need to rush or scramble to get ready when an opportunity or challenge suddenly arises. Essentially, it encourages proactive behavior to avoid last minute stress and be able to seize opportunities as they appear. So number one, stay prayed up. Read one scripture or more a day to strengthen your faith. And Michael's going to come on and share what his book is about. Okay. And then also watch or read something funny every day, be it a comedy skit on social media or a TV show. Sometimes my husband will say, "What are you in there laughing about?" And I'll be on social media laughing about a 3-minute skit, but it's hilarious. And laughter is good for the soul. Or read a funny book. So the next one would be don't text, call at least one person a week that you care about and talk about something uplifting. Maybe call a friend from high school or college or an old coworker and just talk about something funny, because you never know what people are going through. And as people hear the news and all this depressing stuff, just think about positive things and talk about fun loving things. And remember, last but first, always, always, always remember, there is power in prayer. I don't care what it looks like. Stay prayed up and stay in the word, because God will get you through all of it, all of it. All right, you guys. So yeah, I know the news is, sometimes I just have to turn it off altogether. So some more people are putting some more comments in. So you guys make sure to go ahead and chime in. Those who are watching a pre-recorded phase, please, please, please make sure that you put in some questions or comments, anything you want to share. I always go back and read them. Thank you, Sean. Okay, so let's get into my guest. I want to give him a formal presentation. This gentleman, he comes by way of my cousin Diane, who is a loyal viewer. I love her to pieces. I always like people that are given to me to say, "Hey, this person should come on," because I know they vetted them. I know that they are good character and all of that, instead of me just getting random people in my inbox, which that's fine too, but it takes all the vetting out for me. So this gentleman, as you see here, This is author Michael A. Jones. He was born in Tokyo, Japan, at an Air Force base. He was raised in Wichita Falls, Texas, and he lived there for about 16 years. He received his bachelor's degree from Midwestern State University, where he played 4 years of college basketball. That's awesome. He later obtained his master's degree from Webster University. Michael served 4 years in the Air Force and currently lives in San Antonio, where he works as a family liaison serving homelessness and displaced families in the school district. That's awesome. He's been married to his wife, Stephanie, for 19 years, and they have a 12-year-old son. Everyone, please help me welcome to the virtual stage author Michael Jones. Hey, Michael.
How are you?
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Super Bowl weekend.
Yes, yes. Too bad the Cowboys aren't in it. It's going to be a while.
Oh, well, I keep hearing these rumors that Dion is gonna end up being a coach down there. So I don't know. That might put you guys back in the running. If so,
Yeah, I don't know. That might be another circus. So I hope he stays in Colorado.
oh my goodness. So, oh my goodness, I was reading your biography, and you and I were talking, and cousin Diane is watching. Your father and her are good friends, and I'm so glad that she gave me you, because I've been looking for somebody that I wanted, someone that has written a book or a piece or something that could just lift our spirits up in prayer and just keep us positively motivated. So, I'm curious, what gave you the inspiration to write this book?
Sure. First of all, thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah.
First, it was the Lord that gave me the inspiration. There's sometimes I couldn't sleep at night. Just He's poking and prodding me to write more. So His Holy Spirit really gave me the inspiration to write. I would say my mom and my parents. My mom's a writer. My dad was in the military as well. Served 20 plus years. He was also a DJ. So between those two, I had some creativity between the both of them. So they were my inspiration. My mom and dad always encouraging me to write, pursue my dreams. My mom pushing me to do this book. Then I would say my wife and my son, as I started the process, they encouraged me to do it. There was times I was lagging behind, and they pushed me to do the book. And then I would say, and this is in my introduction, I put there's types of people I wanted to minister to, and it was the person that's not following Jesus Christ yet, the new believer, those that are seasoned in the faith, that have been walking with Christ for a while, not perfectly but consistently, and then the two other groups that really I've seen over the past years are those people that are really struggling in their faith and on the verge of walking away from Christ or walking away from the church. They're just holding on, and then those that have just totally walked away from Christ. And so I really wanted to just pour into this book to let them know that, let all groups know that Jesus loves them. And then for each person, it could be a new start. And for those that are thinking about walking away, to hold on to God, hold on to Jesus Christ. And for those that have walked away, that He hasn't given up on them and He loves them. So that was kind of my inspiration.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I like how your book, feeds the need for all different type of Christians, like you said, the newer ones as well. So, how long did it take you to write this book? Did it take you months, a year, or weeks, or?
Well, I'll give you some context. So maybe about 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, I was kind of going through some personal issues. So I met with the pastor at church, and he kind of asked me, well, how do you read the word? And I told him, I kind of read large chapters at a time. And he says, it's okay to do volume reading, but you really need to meditate on it and chop it up and study it more and break it down. He goes, you may need to spend, weeks on a certain verse or a certain chapter. So I started doing that more, and I got into apologetics more, started really breaking down the verses. And so as I started doing that, I started understanding the verses more, applying them more. There were things that I learned that I misunderstood scripture. I was applying it wrong. There were things I learned that I was taught wrong. So it really helped me grow my walk with Christ. And so fast forward, as I did that, maybe 2019, 2017, maybe, God was just calling me to write more, just start writing. So I started writing like dramas and skits for a drama ministry I'm in. It's called In the Light Ministries. So
Okay.
I started doing more dramas, and then it's not there anymore. But we had a creative arts ministry at our church, and I was doing writing. So I just started writing in my journals more. And then in 2019, I was going to do a I was going to do a devotional book. So I had 52 devotionals, and I put titles to them. But I was like, this is it's kind of too long, and I felt kind of rushed. So
Mm-hmm.
I laid it down for like a couple of years. So 2 years ago, I entered a writing contest. I didn't win. Kind of got a little upset,
Oh.
a little competitive, but I didn't win. And then God spoke to my heart. He was like, "You need to use what I gave you. That's not
Mm.
your style." So what He gave me was the stuff in my journal. So these writings are from my journals. And so to answer your question, it took me about 2 years to piece everything together, to kind of put the book together, and just going through the journals, going through the devotionals, and typing them out, and just picking the ones I wanted to put in the book.
Awesome, awesome. So hearing what you said, the book, being, and I'm gonna put the book up on the screen so everybody can see it again. So it's basically 26. So 26, is that in relation to 26 days in a month, or?
Sure. So what I wanted is, and I'm not knocking these by any chance, but by any means, but there are some books that I've gotten, and I feel like I have to rush through them because it's like a 31 days of devotional, or maybe a one that's for every day of the year.
Mhm.
Sometimes I couldn't get through it because I was so busy, or maybe I forgot, maybe I just didn't read the Bible that day. And so my intent with this was to, since there's 52 days in a week, I wanted to split that in half, or 52 weeks in a year, excuse me. I want to split that in half and allow that to be 26 devotionals where you can spend 2 weeks on each devotional. So that
Mhm.
way you can break down the word, you can really study. We're busy. You may not get to finish a devotional that day, or maybe you're having a Bible study group and you want to take your time and go through the lesson. So
Mhm.
those 26, that 26 is that 52 divided by two. So you can spend 2 weeks on each devotional. That's
Wow.
the word.
That's awesome, and especially like I was saying before you came on, all the negativity in the news and all the things that you hear and you see with the deportations and children. I mean, that definitely will allow somebody to read and just really keep them lifted up, I would imagine.
Yes. And I really want people to just to dig into the word and to study it, because it's one thing to read it, which is
Mhm.
obviously nothing wrong with reading the Bible, but when you study it, it comes to light.
Mm.
And you really see God's power when you study the word and break it down. So I really wanted people to do that. And as you do that, it draws you closer to God, even with your questions, your doubts, your fears. It draws you closer to Christ. And obviously, my eventual goal is for people to have a deep walk with Christ, to fall in love with Him, and just to walk humbly with Him, and to share others with Him.
Absolutely. Sean, she was saying a lot of people are questioning their faith after the past year. It's great that you wrote this book. Absolutely. I mean, because like I was saying again earlier, when you're down, you need something, right? You need
Correct.
something to pick up and just run and read and study. That's awesome. And then Diane was saying, we especially need this book now. I hope more people will be followers of Jesus Christ, getting to the word and studying, not just read. That's so true.
Yes.
Because there's so many people that can say they're Christians, but have you read the word, and can you tell somebody what you just read?
Correct.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. I would do that in college. I would read a lot.
Hmm.
I was like, what did I just read?
Right. Like, what was that? Right. Exactly.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. So we were also talking offline that you do a lot of work in the school system with homelessness and families and things of that nature. Do you I know it's kind of a difficult time right now. Do you think that that book would be helpful to someone who's going through the deportations personally, or homelessness? How do you lift somebody's spirit that is homeless?
Sure. So within the school system, you have to be careful with, you know, the religion and everything like that. But I do try to do my best to exemplify Christ with a smile, with an encouraging word. just serving the families wholeheartedly, like the Bible says, to serve as you're serving Christ. But I do, to answer your question, I do think the book would help. Um, and it's not, this book is not a guarantee that things are gonna, the circumstances are gonna change, but it will. I believe Christ will get them through it, lift their spirits, encourage them, and give them the strength to get through and endure. But with those families, I do my best to smile, to help them, to encourage them, to be try to be there for them when I can.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Somebody else put a comment in here. Yeah, so Richard was saying we need positive leadership and prayer today. Oh my goodness, absolutely. Absolutely. That's so true. So very, very true. So do you see yourself writing more books down the line, more Christian-based books that'll help people get through these tough times?
I do. That's what I've been kind of going through right now. My son wants to do a sports book.
Oh, okay.
We're kind of laying the foundations for that right now. But I do see myself. I do want to, because I have more devotions in my journal. I do
Mm-hmm.
want to do kind of like a part two. Um,
Okay.
and then so there's a book I wanted to do, and it's kind of I wouldn't know the title, but it's kind of like lessons learned. And so
Oh.
I I'll give you an example. I was watching The Breakfast Club one time, and
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith was talking about, I think, Bad Boys. His promoting Bad Boys 3 or something, and he was talking about his iconic scene with Uncle Phil, where his dad came. I think his dad was played by Ben Vereen,
Oh, okay.
and his dad was kind of in and out of his life. And then the iconic scene at the end where his dad just, he leaves, and Will gives this powerful scene at the end with Uncle Phil. Um, but they asked him, "How did you get through that scene? How did you do that?" And Will Smith said, "I was nervous because all the other actors, they had done stage acting, and they were experienced." He goes, "But I kept messing up on the scene."
Mm.
And he says Uncle Phil was like, "Will," he goes, "you need to use my presence and work off of me. So use my presence, work off of me, and then you'll be good." And so Will Smith said when he heard that, he nailed the scene. And so with that being said, that's the type of devotions I want to do to kind of get them from everyday life lessons. And so, with that, to be in the Father's presence, work off of the Father's presence, allow him to direct your life. So I want to kind of do a book like that. Now, so I've already come up with like at least 40 something scenarios where I can kind of relate it to spiritual application.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that would be good because a lot of people there they find themselves in predicaments or situations and they just don't know what to do or how do I approach this from a Christian perspective? What do I say? That would be awesome. Because in life, you learn so many lessons, like you just said, and what better way than to share them with others? That would be huge. That would be awesome. Oh my goodness. This is good stuff. So let me ask you this. So do you foresee this being a book that maybe could show its presence in churches and Bible studies?
That's what I'm working towards. It's
Okay.
the beginning stages. So hopefully, um, that's my goal, is to get it out. Hopefully people can do it in the Bible studies, churches, individual study, men's groups, women's groups. It's like I say, it's for everyday people. And so
Absolutely.
that's my goal.
I think that would be wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And then, food for thought, you being married of 19 years, you can also maybe write a book on how to stay married and continue to be Christians because marriages are always challenged and things are always, going on. That would be awesome too. Something to think about.
Yeah,
Parenting, being a parent.
yes,
Hmm.
the Father.
Definitely.
Yes.
What would you say, being a father? Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh my goodness. Let's see if there's any other questions that anybody have out there that's watching this live. And if you're watching this in pre-recorded phase, please make sure that you put it in the comment section because I know Michael will go back and he'll take a look at the questions. Just comment through here. So many people had so much to say. Again, in this world that we're living in, I was talking about DEI before you came on and how so many companies are not acknowledging it anymore. And it was already hard enough for African Americans and women and minorities together to land those really cool roles, right? And so
Right.
now with companies backing away from it, that can be discouraging to someone who may have just been laid off or lost their job. And so this would be awesome to pick up a book like yours and just read and meditate and just go to God in prayer, instead of getting discouraged.
Correct. And I would tell people, if you're, because this really helped me through COVID. If you're really scared, um,
Hmm.
Psalms 56:3 says, and this is one of the first verses I taught my son, is when I'm afraid, I'll put my trust in you. And so
Mm.
um, it doesn't alleviate, obviously, what's going on, obviously. But one thing about prayer, it can change you in the situation. And so whether you're doubtful, you're scared, you're angry, take that to God, and He'll change you through that situation, and hopefully He'll change the circumstances that's going on around us too.
Absolutely. Yeah, that you're right. I'm a firm believer in there is power in prayer. No matter how bad it may look, there is power in prayer. Sean just said, we just want the opportunity to be considered. Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially I think about the younger people that are graduating from college, and they're hoping to get that ideal job and they got that resume and they got that one company they want to work for. And then it's like they don't support the DEI initiatives, and it's so disheartening. And so I think your book could also help them in terms of just staying encouraged, because for every company that doesn't support it, there's so many that do. There's
Correct.
so many that do. So many that do. And so what do you see yourself doing next? I know you said you're going to help your son write a book, and you think about some other ideas. Are you thinking about maybe having a book signing, maybe going across the country or just going in certain cities to have a book signing?
For right now, we're working on a book launch, so we're still looking for a venue in San Antonio. So that's kind of the
Okay.
first step, looking for
Okay.
a book launch. And then my colleague that recommended my publisher, she will sometimes tell me about book signings across the city.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to stay prepared for those as well. So I'm just trying to get myself off the ground a little bit, and just the thing is just finding the time right now.
Yeah. Yes, I know that with me. I've been working on 2 books forever, and you're right, sometimes life gets to life, and I totally get it. Shayla Smith Green says, "Looking forward to starting this devotional. Congratulations, author Market." Oh, that's awesome.
Cousin,
It's awesome.
she's my
Oh,
cousin.
oh, is she? I was just about to say, it's so
Yes,
cool when people support you, especially family. Absolutely, absolutely. So we wish nothing but great things for you, Michael. I know that you're gonna do well. I know when you and I were talking and some of the stuff you sent me, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Because if somebody could just read something, even if you pick it up daily, and like you said, maybe if you just study that section for 2 weeks, just keep the word in your system. Because when you walk out that front door, oh, it's so much negativity, and you gotta fill yourself up with the word.
correct. And I like
Uh,
what you put on there about, try to read something funny each day or look at something funny each day. Keep things light a little bit too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, turn the news off. You got to stay in tune, but
Yes, of
don't
course.
watch it all day every day. So Michael, please tell everyone how they can purchase your book and how they can reach out to you if they want to book you to come to the church or anything along those lines.
Yes, my email address is write like a winner at gmail.com. I just got an Instagram, so I think it's let me look at it. I'm so sorry. I think it's uh I think it's M Jones 8278 at M
Yep,
Jones 8278.
that's what I remember.
Then my book is on Amazon right now. So if you just
Awesome.
type the title "Diving Deep," you'll find it. Diving deep in a busy world.
Yes, and let me put it up on the screen for those people who don't remember the name. So I'll put it up there for everyone to see. Diving Deep in a Busy World. Michael Jones is the author. You guys, hey, purchase you a copy, because right now we got to stay prayed up. We got to be in that word. And we just have to just stay, no matter how bad it may look, just stay prayed up. And I think this
Yes,
is an excellent way to do it. So one last thing I want to ask you before you leave us, sir. What advice would you give someone who's thinking about becoming an author, whether it's a Christian book or just a book in general? What advice would you give them?
sure. In the words of Dory from Finding Nemo, just keep writing. Just, just,
Just keep
just
writing.
keep writing. Um, don't get discouraged. And write in your style. If you like, for me, I have to write a little deeper, study more. But if your style is encouraging, write encouraging. If it's suspense, write suspense. Don't try to do something that's not you, because it won't feel organic. It'll feel like you're forcing it. And
Absolutely.
make sure you just have positive and good support.
Absolutely. And would you add to that? Make sure you have somebody that's going to proofread it for you, that's going to
Yes,
give you honest
that's it.
opinion.
That's it. Yes, and most importantly, add Jesus Christ into the mix, into the right.
Mm,
Allow Him to speak to you, to bless your writing, and just to speak through you. So
absolutely. That's so true. That is so true. Yeah, because we all want to hear somebody say, "Oh, that's a good chapter," or "That's a good piece," but you also need those that are going to tell you, "Why don't you switch that?" Be honest with
be
you, right?
honest. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, Michael, it has been a pleasure having you on Let's Talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope you come back once you write more things. You're welcome here anytime. And I don't need to tell you stay prayed up because you know all about that.
Me too. Thank you. Thanks for your prayers and thanks for your encouragement.
Thank you. Talk with you soon. Bye
Okay.
bye. Yes, you guys, that was Michael Jones. He's an author and he is amazing. You guys purchase that book. I'll put his information up scrolling again. As we said earlier on about DA initiatives and all that's going on with our country, I'm a firm believer you got to stay prayed up and lean on a friend, call somebody, say, "Hey, I'm having a moment, can you pray with me?" Or better yet, just call somebody that's going to crack a joke and make you laugh. Like, I have that one friend, I can call her and I don't care what it is, she going to make me laugh and I'm going to be laughing so hard my sides hurt. So just laugh or watch a skit or watch a good TV show. So you guys just stay prayed up because we got to help each other get through this. So I want to tell you guys this one last thing, a positive thought. Whenever we meet, I always give you a positive word that you can use that'll help you. And I got this from the page of Power of Positivity. And basically, it says that instead of looking at what's depressing, look at what's a blessing, right? Yeah, it might look this way, it might look that way, but look at the positive. Turn it around any possible way you can. And again, just stay prayed up. And that comes from the Facebook page of Power Positivity. Just always just turn it around no matter what, no matter how bad it may be. And also remember this too, God is in control. Not man, God is in control. So he got you. He got this. All right. So I tell you guys each and every week, do one good thing for one person and you can affect 365 lives. If no one has told you they love you, know that I love you. And until we meet again, you guys stay safe out there. Enjoy your Super Bowl weekend and go Eagles. And with that word, I'm out. Mwah.